So this is our this is the fourth unit topic. This is the title of our fourth unit, that is basics of hydraulic machinery, basics and hydraulic turbines and turbo machinery. So this is the unit name, fourth unit. So in this unit, we are going to learn completely about turbines. So before learning turbines, the basic things we need to know, we need to learn about the impact of jets, right? So yes, sir. Ravi, can't mute yourself. Okay. So before learning the turbines, we are learning some basics about impact of jets on the vanes. Nothing but vanes are nothing but which are the blades which are present on the turbines. Vanes, blades, plates are the same words, right? So on turbines, we know there will be several different blades will be there, different blades and different shapes will be there. So we will study about the basics of that blades first. Nothing but impact of the jet on that blades. Then we'll go for our turbines topics. Okay. So first we know what is hydraulic machines. Hydraulic machine, it is defined as the machines which converts hydraulic energy into mechanical energy or mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. Okay, so both comes under your hydraulic machines only. So either it should convert hydraulic energy to mechanical or mechanical to hydraulic. Suppose if it is converting hydraulic energy to mechanical energy, that machines are called as your turbines. And if it is mechanical to hydraulic, it is pumps. Okay, so hydraulic machines are further classified as turbines and pumps, where turbines are the devices or the hydraulic machines which convert hydraulic energy into mechanical energy. So here hydraulic energy is converted into mechanical energy in terms of in turbines. And the turbines which are going to learn are these types of turbines. Examples of the turbines: Pelton wheel or Pelton turbine, Francis turbine, and Kaplan turbine. So these all things we'll learn after completion of the first part basics of your this unit. Then we'll go for the turbines. Right. So next hydraulic machine is pump. So hydraulic machine, the hydraulic machine which converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy is called as pump. That is the basic definition of the pump. And in pumps, we are going to study about centrifugal pump and reciprocating pumps. Okay. So this is the some basic introduction about your hydraulic machines, which is our second part of our subject, hydraulic machines. Right. So today we'll start with the basics of the fourth unit, that is impact of jets on blades, plates, vanes, all are same. Remember that. Impact of jets on vanes. Okay, so what are these vanes actually? These are the blades which are present on the turbines. Okay. Right. So we'll start with the impact of jets on plates now. So what is first thing we need to know is what is meaning of this impact of jet and what is the meaning of this jet. What is meaning of jet? Already we have seen in the lab, but once again we will see. So jet is nothing but a stream of liquid coming out from the nozzle like this. This is called as jet. After coming from the nozzle, it will come like this, like a jet with high velocity. Okay, so a jet is a stream of liquid coming out from nozzle with high velocity under constant pressure. So after coming out from the nozzle, because of the cross-sectional area very reduced, what happens automatically the velocity will be increased. So a high velocity water of stream will come out from the nozzle. So this is called as jet. Okay, next we need to know what is impact of jet. Impact of jet is nothing but the force exerted by the jet, this jet. So when we make this jet to hit on some plate or a vane, what happens? There will be some force exerted by the jet on that plate. So that force is called as impact of jet. Impact of jet means the force exerted by the jet on the plate, right? So the plate which are keeping in front of this jet, it may be stationary or it may be moving. And there may be, it may be a flat plate or it may be a curved plate, right? So many things will be there: stationary plate or moving plate, flat plate or a curved plate. Right. So these forces which are exerted by the jet on the blade, we are going to find or obtain by using the second law of motion, that is F equal to ma. We will use, or we can also use impulse momentum equation. Both are same. Second law of motion or impulse momentum equation. Okay. So first we see with respect to Newton's second law of motion. So how we are going to calculate the force exerted by the jet on the plates. Okay. Right. So Newton's second law of motion, already we know that is Fx equal to mass into a acceleration, mass m into a. So acceleration can be taken as change in velocity with respect to time. So mass into dv by dt. So here what we are doing, mass per time we are taking separately. So what is change in velocity? Initial velocity minus final velocity is the change in velocity. Right. So why we are taking an initial velocity and minus final velocity? Because here we are going to find the force exerted by the jet on the plate. Suppose if it is force exerted by the plate on the jet, it will be reversed. We'll get final velocity minus initial velocity. So in the whole unit, we'll see the same thing. Initial velocity minus final velocity. Change in velocity is initial velocity minus final velocity. So here mass per time, right? So mass per time we need to change as this one. So how we'll get this mass per time? Already know what is mass per second. Mass flow rate. Mass flow rate is called mass per second. Mass per time is mass flow rate. So mass flow rate is calculated by using this. So already we know density is mass per volume. Okay, so from this we need mass value. So mass equal to density into volume. Mass equal to density into volume. So what we need here, we want mass per time, mass flow rate. So mass per time is equals to mass is density into volume per time. So volume per time is discharge. Okay, that is nothing but meter cube per second. Volume per time is meter cube per second. Is also called as discharge. So it is taken as density into discharge. So discharge formula already we know from the continuity. What is discharge? Discharge is equals to Q equal to area into velocity. So remember here capital V is the velocity. Okay. So finally what we got, mass per second is rho into A into V. Rho AV is the mass flow rate. Remember already we have seen this mass flow rate in the second unit also. Okay. So mass flow rate is rho into A into V, where rho is the density of the fluid which is flowing, A is the area of the jet, V is the velocity of the jet. Okay, so finally what we got Fx equal to rho AV into initial velocity minus final velocity. This rho AV is called mass flow rate or mass per time. Okay, any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll go for the next one. By using this second law, we can find force, or by using impulse momentum equation or impulse momentum form also we can find. Okay, so next thing is remember this two are asked in 2 marks questions many times. How to get this Fx by using Newton's second law of motion or by using impulse momentum equation, right? So first we need to know what is meaning of impulse. Impulse is nothing but force into time. Okay, force into time is called impulse. Momentum, anybody? What is momentum? Mass into velocity. Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. Right, so here again we are using the same thing, so Newton's second law, that is F equal to m into A. So where we can write F equal to m dv by dt. So what I said, impulse is nothing but force into time. So F dt equal to m dv from this equation we'll get. So F dt is nothing but force into time. Dt is nothing but change in time. Dt, time only. Anyway, change in time is time only. So F into time, force into time is equals to mass into change in velocity is also a velocity. So mass into velocity. Right, so from this you can see impulse, this is impulse, this is movement. So that's what is called as impulse momentum theorem. So what it states that change in momentum of an object, nothing but m into dv, is equal to the impulse applied to it. What is the force applied to it? It is equal to F dt. Yes, students, can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. Okay, so these two are very important. Please remember, right? M into same thing. Here also we are using same thing, but what we'll do in impulse momentum theorem, we'll write it as F dt into m dv, where F dt is called as impulse, m dv is called as momentum. Okay. Right. So next, what we'll see for finding the forces, hydraulic forces on the jet. Hydraulic forces by the jet on the different plates. It may be stationary, vertical, inclined, anything. So that thing we'll see next. So what are all things which are available for us as the following case of impact of jet, that is the forces exerted by the jet on the plate will be considered. How many are there? In this way you can see here. So the forces exerted by the jet when it is a stationary plate. What is the meaning of stationary plate? What is the meaning of stationary?
It is fixed.
Yes, very good. So stationary plate is nothing but it is fixed plate. There is no movement for the plate. It is fixed at certain point, even though we are applying some jet on that. So what will be the force exerted by the jet on the stationary plate? We are going to calculate first, right? So in this stationary plate, again, we have 3 things. That is the plate is vertical to the plate. Sorry, plate is vertical to the jet, or the plate is inclined to the jet, and the plate may be a curved one. Here it is a straight plate. Here it is a curved plate, right? So these 3 things we'll see. After that, we have same thing with moving plates. Suppose if the plates are moving, it is not fixed. Same thing, again, a vertical moving plate, an inclined moving plate, and a curved plate which is moving. right? So today we'll start with this one, which is nothing but stationary plates. We'll see today with the, if possible, complete all the three. So here, remember one thing, in exams, sometimes they are asking for not directly the problems, they are asking to find how to calculate this force exerted in terms of equation, nothing but like a derivation they are asking for 5 marks or 2 marks. Okay, so these are all very important. Remember, this fourth and fifth units are most important. Right, so first we'll start with a plate which is vertical and stationary. Okay, please write down this. Take it as number 1. So force exerted by the jet on stationary vertical plate, vertical flat plate. Okay, flat. This is the thing, flat plate, or it is like circle plate. Curved plate is nothing but circular plate. Okay, so the first one what you are seeing is force exerted by the jet on stationary vertical flat plate. So here, if you can see, this symbol denotes it is fixed, stationary, it can't move. Okay, so what we'll do, let us consider a jet of water coming from the nozzle with a velocity of v hitting this stationary vertical plate. So the initial velocity is v when it is coming from the nozzle, and when it strikes it here, the water will flow along the plate in this direction. If there are no losses, no losses is nothing but if there is no frictional loss between this plate and water, the water which is coming away from the plate will also have the same velocity v. Okay, so that's why here also we are showing the velocity v. Suppose if there is any losses, we cannot see the same velocity along the plate. Okay, that is just for understanding, I'm telling. So here, this is the pipe where a nozzle is connected and water is coming with a high velocity because of the jet there. So this is the jet. So what we are going to calculate, we are going to calculate the force exerted by this jet on the stationary vertical flat plate, right? So the velocity of the jet here, which you are taking in the direction of x, is v. V is the velocity in the direction of x. D is the diameter of the jet, nothing but always remember the diameter of jet will be always equal to the diameter of this nozzle, D. So what is the diameter of the nozzle? If you know, the same thing will be the diameter of the jet here. Next, A is the cross-sectional area of the jet, that is pi by 4 d square. Okay, so these are the things which we will consider for finding the force exerted by the jet on the stationary vertical plate. Yes, please copy in your notes. Roughly, you can copy the diagram and this. Okay. Can I go for the next slide? Yes, any one of you, if you respond, I'll go for the next slide.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Right. So now what we are doing, already have seen the diagram. So what we are doing, we are considering a jet of water strikes a stationary vertical flat plate as shown in the figure, which is seen already. The jet after striking the plate will deflect through 90 degrees, right? So this is the, after striking, what happens, the water will come along the plate. Nothing but there is an angle of 90 degrees between this. So the final velocity of the fluid in the direction of jet after striking the plate is 0. So what is the point is telling? That the final velocity of the fluid in the direction of the flow, nothing but in x-axis, if you see, after hitting the plate, the velocity is 0 in this direction, not along the plate, in the x direction, nothing but in the flow direction. If you see, the velocity of the fluid after hitting the plate or after striking the plate is 0. So what we can tell, the initial velocity in the direction of flow is v, and the final velocity in the direction of flow is 0. That is the meaning here. Okay, so the final velocity of the fluid in the direction of jet after striking the plate will be 0. Okay, so we got final velocity and initial velocities which are required for calculating our fx value, right? So now what we are going to calculate, we are going to calculate this, the force exerted by the jet on the plate in the direction of jet. Okay, so the force exerted by the jet on the plate in the direction of jet is given by fx. In the direction of jet is taken as fx in x direction. So already we know fx is the rate of change of momentum in the direction of force. Okay, rate of change of momentum, that is initial momentum minus final momentum by 10. Or we also know initial momentum is mass into velocity, final momentum is mass into velocity, or directly can use this. Okay, so that is mass per time into initial velocity minus final velocity. Okay, so already we know mass per time is mass flow rate, which is given as density into area into velocity. So here for this case, the initial velocity of the jet is v in the direction of x, and the final velocity in the direction of x is 0 here. After striking the plate is final velocity, so it is 0. So when you substitute the initial velocity as the v value and final velocity of 0, finally you'll get fx equal to rho a v square. So this is a formula for calculating fx when a plate is stationary vertical flat plate. So in the problem, if he's asking a problem on this, it is very simple. He will give the area and density and he will give the velocity of jet. Then we will calculate fx value if you know this formula directly. Otherwise, what you need to remember? You need to remember always this one. Mass per time into initial velocity minus final velocity. For every case, any case, it may be stationary, inclined, whatever it is. Always this will be the formula. Mass per time, mass flow rate into change in velocity. That is initial velocity minus final velocity. Okay. Please copy this fastly. So fx equal to rho a into v square. So please remember this is not p, it is density rho. Symbol density rho, it is rho. Fx equal to rho a v square. What will be the unit of this fx? Force unit always Newton. Remember. Yes, can I go for the next slide? Right. So next we'll see for a inclined plate. Force exerted by the jet on an inclined flat plate. So what is the meaning of inclined? It is nothing but it is inclinedly available with respect to x-axis. But along the jet direction, if you see, it is with an angle of theta. This plate is not vertical or not horizontal. It is inclined. And it is again stationary. Okay. So force exerted by a jet on stationary inclined flat plate. So same thing here again. So what we'll consider jet of velocity v is coming and striking our inclined stationary plate with a velocity of v, and the angle between the jet and the plate is given as theta. We'll take it as theta. And now if you see here, we need to calculate force exerted by the jet on the stationary inclined flat plate, right? So let v is the velocity of the jet in the direction of x. D is the diameter of the jet, and here theta is the angle between the jet and the plate. So here it is a theta is the angle between the velocity direction and your plate. Okay, so already we know mass flow rate, mass of water striking the plate per second, nothing but mass per second. Mass per time is rho into area into V, rho into AV. Okay, so area of the cross section of jet is pi by 4 d square. These all things we know. Okay, please copy the diagram roughly. And here if you see, this is the normal force from the plate. Because of this jet, there will be a force on the plate. So that force is this one along the normal direction. We can find in normal direction, we can find in x direction, and we can find in y direction since the plate is in inclined position. Okay, so in problems, he may ask find the force exerted by the jet in the normal direction, or force exerted by the jet in x direction, or force exerted in the y direction. Depending upon the problem, we can take the formula. Okay, so here we need to find three things. That is Fn, we need to find Fx, nothing but force exerted in x direction. These two are very important, and in y also, if possible, you can find. Right, copy this. Then we will see force exerted by the jet on inclined plate in the direction normal to the plate. What is the meaning? Normal means perpendicular to the plate direction. This one. Okay. Right. In normal direction, we are going to find, and in x direction and in y direction. Right. So in normal direction, already I said the general formula is same. That is mass per second into initial velocity minus final velocity. Okay. Right. So if we want in this direction Fn, we need to find the velocity of the jet in this direction first. Nothing but along the normal direction, we need to find the velocity. Okay. So the component of this velocity we need to calculate first. Okay. So what we have? We have a plate like this, but we have our velocity in this direction, but we need the velocity along this y direction, nothing but normal direction. This velocity we need. This one. So here we know the angle that is given as theta. So V is horizontal. And what is the angle here? is there. I'll write again. Okay, plate is like this. We have velocity in this direction, but we want along this inclined line. So this we know. What is the angle given here? It is theta. So what is this angle? Can anyone tell what is this angle? First you tell what is the angle between this line and this line here. Anybody? What is the angle here?
90 degrees. 90 degrees.
Yes, normal is nothing but perpendicular. So the total angle between these two is 90 degrees. It is perpendicular. This line and the plate is perpendicular. Normal is nothing but perpendicular. Remember that. So the total angle here is 90 degrees. So what is the angle which is left here? If theta is gone here, remaining will be 90 minus theta. Okay, so here it is 90 minus theta. Yes, I'm unable to write here. So remember, it is 90 minus theta here. So if you want this velocity component along this, what we can write? We can write it as v cos 90 minus theta, or you know that if this side it is going, we get v cos theta. So opposite side, if it is going, it is v sin theta directly. So here we'll get, okay, so this component becomes v sin theta. Okay, so along this direction, we got the velocity as v sin theta. Here it is written, you can see. So if it is v in this direction, in normal direction, the initial velocity becomes v sin theta. That is the meaning here. So initial velocity in the normal direction is v sin theta. So after hitting the plate, the initial final velocity in the direction of the normal will be again 0, right? If you want to find in this way, we can find velocity, it is v, but along the direction of normal, again the final velocity is 0 after hitting the plate. Okay, so that's why you can see here. So mass per second already we know that is rho into a into v, and initial velocity in the direction of normal I have shown here, which is v sin theta. So initial velocity is v sin theta minus final velocity in the direction of normal after hitting the plate is again 0. So v sin theta minus 0. So what we'll get finally, v sin theta minus 0 is v sin theta. So rho a v square sin theta. So fx is equals to rho a v square sin theta is the normal force, nothing but force exerted by jet on the inclined plate in the direction of normal is Fn equal to rho a v square sin theta. So similarly, if you want to find the in x direction, so already we have Fn, directly we have Fn. So if you resolve this Fn in x direction, you will get Fx. So Fx can be taken as Fn. So this angle is 90 minus theta. Again, I said how you get this. Same way how you got here theta and 90 minus theta, same thing here. Okay. So you can write it as Fx equal to component of Fn in the direction of flow. So Fn cos 90 minus theta. So how you'll get that, you can see here. Okay, so here if it's the angle, it is theta. So opposite side also will have an angle of theta here. Okay, this concept we have learned from childhood. Okay, nothing but if you have a line like this, if this is one more line, so opposite angles will be equal. Here it will be theta, and opposite side also between the two lines will be theta. So same concept we are using here. So assume this is a line. So with respect to x-axis, nothing but with respect to this axis, here it is theta. So automatically in the opposite side, exactly opposite to this, it will be theta, right? So again, same thing here. If it is total angle is 90 degrees, so the remaining angle between these two lines becomes 90 minus theta. So therefore, Fx can be taken as Fn. You can directly take Fn sin theta also, same like how we are taken here. So Fx becomes Fn sin theta. Both are same. See here, after cos 90 minus theta, you get Fn sin theta only. Okay, so Fx equal to Fn cos 90 minus theta or Fn sin theta, which is equal to rho a v square sin theta into again cos 90 minus theta is a sin theta. It is sin square theta. Okay, so Fn, if you substitute rho a v square sin theta into sin theta gives rho a v square sin square theta. Similarly, if you want y component, this is Fx. So if you want Fn in the y direction, what you will get? Here you will get Fy like this. So Fy becomes Fn. What is the angle here? This one you can take sine 90 minus theta. Fn sine 90 minus theta. Okay, if you know the resolution of components, then you can do it easily, resolution of forces. Okay, so Fn, so this is 90 minus theta that side. So we can take it as Fn sine theta here. Sine 90 minus theta. So that is Fn sine 90 minus theta is sine cos theta. So Fn is already we know rho a v square sine theta into cos theta. So Fy equal to rho a v square sine theta into cos theta. Yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask here. Otherwise, we'll go with the next thing. Yes, anybody? Any doubt here? Okay. Right. So we'll solve a small problem on this inclined plate. Okay, copy this. Problem 1. A jet of water of diameter 75 mm. What is this? Diameter 75 mm, moving with a velocity of 25 meters per second. It is velocity, strikes a fixed plate in such a way that the angle between the jet and the plate is 60 degrees. Find the force exerted by the jet on the plate. So how to know whether it is inclined or nothing, but here given here. It is given angle between the jet and the plate is 60 degrees. So find the force exerted by the jet on the plate. Okay, so we need to solve the problem. So what is asking? Is asking to find the force exerted by the jet on the plate. Two things is asking again, in the direction normal to the plate, in the direction of the plate. Okay, so please copy the question. So what here? We gave a plate which is inclined. Coming Steve V, jet of water velocity. So what will you have in the direction? We'll get your fx. In the direction of velocity will be fx. And along the normal, nothing but along the perpendicular direction, we'll get your Fn. And perpendicular to fx will be your Fy. So what here it is asking the normal force and in the direction of the plate, nothing but in the direction of fx. Two things is asking. Okay, so this is given. What is the angle here? It is given as theta 60 degrees. So velocity is coming in this direction v. So what we want? We want velocity in the normal direction, nothing but perpendicular to the plate. So this is nothing but perpendicular 90 degrees total here is. So what we'll get here is v sine theta. V sine theta will be the velocity in the normal direction. Next direction it is v. In a normal direction it is v sine theta. Remember, since the angle is at the opposite side, we'll get sine theta. Suppose here if the angle it is given here, it becomes v cos theta. That I think you all know. Right. So if you copied the question, I'll go for the next slide. In this way, you can draw the diagram roughly. Yes, can you go for the next slide? Prasad?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Right. So first write down the given data, what all things he has given. So first he gave the diameter of the jet, right down there. So the diameter of the jet D is given 75 mm. So change it into meters, that is divided by 1000. So 75 by 1000 is 0.075 meter. Next, you can find out the area of the jet. Here we are taking area small a. Okay, so area of jet A equal to pi by 4 into 0.075 square. Yes, tell me the area value. Yes, area value, please. Pi by 4 into 0.0756.
4.41 into
4.41 into 10 power
into 10 power
minus 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. 4.41 into 10 power minus 3 meters square. Okay. So next he has given the velocity of the jet as 25 meters per second. Next angle between the jet and the plate is given, theta is 60 degrees. Right. So first case, what he's asking us to find the normal force in the normal direction. Force exerted by the jet in the direction normal to the plate. So it is represented by Fn. So if you remember the formula, directly you can use Fn equal to rho a v square sine theta, or you remember if any force, it is nothing but mass per second into initial velocity minus final velocity, right? So mass per second is rho a v. So in normal direction, if you see the initial force in this direction, you see normal direction, initial force is v sine theta. After the water or the jet hitting the water in the same direction, if you see, the final velocity will be 0. Okay, the water will flow in this direction, but in the same direction we need to see the final velocity. So the final velocity in this direction is 0, right? So that is v sine theta is the initial velocity minus 0 is the final velocity. So we'll get the formula rho a v square sine theta. So now substitute. So what is flowing here? Generally water is given. So water density is 1000. So area already we have calculated. 1000 into area. Next, what we have into velocity 25. Then we have v sine theta. And let us write again same thing. 25 sine. What is the angle given? 60. Okay. So now you can calculate the force in the normal direction as this one.
Sir, 2386.98.
2386.98 Newton. Right. Thank you. Next, after that, we need to find force exerted by the jet of water in the direction of jet. So what we need to see the diagram in the direction of jet, we need to find again. Okay. So what we can do directly, we can use Fn to resolve into Fx. So Fn into Fx. So first thing what you do, this angle will be again coming here oppositely. Okay. So here again it is angle theta. So this will be 90 minus theta, or you can take Fx equal to Fn sine theta. This will be resolved to this side. Right. So Fn sine theta. In that way you can write Fn cos 90 minus theta is nothing but Fn sine theta. Same thing. This angle becomes 90 minus theta. Any one way you can follow. 90 minus theta you can write. Then you can use as cos. So if you resolve this n in the x direction, it becomes cos because there is angle between the two lines. So Fx equal to Fn cos 90 minus theta. So that is here. So Fx equal to Fn cos 90 minus theta, which is Fn sine theta. Yes, Shashi, please take a screenshot of the attendance. Only 1 minute is there for this session. Then we'll continue again. Please join again. Shashi, is it okay? Right. So now you can substitute again the values here. So what is the value again? 1000. Rho a v square.